And we're back. How are we all doing? How are we doing? Again, let me chuck this in the thing. And we'll get it going. Bang. I'm getting quick at this now. Alright, just type in chat if you're here so I know that everything's good and we'll get it going. We will get it going. Okay. So, we got a couple topics to talk about today. Obviously the one in the title being another Ethan Klein lawsuit update. Basically, apparently H3 was like trolling this person called Sean, saying that she was going to get added to the lawsuit, but then just didn't add her. Bit of an attention-seeking sort of thing, I'm guessing. Then we also have this IRL streamer, Lil Gara, who got literally like life in prison for IRL streaming. Are we shocked? Honestly, not really. I'm not shocked, but yeah. I say we just jump straight in. Oh. They just effed up real bad. So basically, H3H3 in his lawsuit apparently trolled someone saying that he was going to add someone, but then didn't add. Yeah, I say we just have a look.
To a series so spectacular, Netflix gave me a contract. In today's video, Ethan has pulled out a 1 million IQ move. Apparently, he was trolling when he said he added Shonda Black to the lawsuit. Hassan's orbiting moons are in shambles. In other news, Caseytron apparently got married. F in the chat for the
Caseytron got married? Oh, hell no, I didn't know about that. I didn't know this is going to be part of it. God damn. Bro, Caseytron can't even take care of herself. How is she going to take care of her husband and, like, finances, everything like that? God damn, especially in the middle of a lawsuit. How dumb do you have to be this guy right here to inherit basically all the debt that Caseytron is about to inherit because of all this lawsuit stuff? That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Apparently got married. F in the chat for the poor soul who has to deal with her. Lawyers are now going into in-depth analysis of the lawsuits. It appears Denims in particular is completely cooked. People are now harassing streamer Emiru for supporting Ethan. Subscribe to make all of your dreams come true. And let's begin with Ethan Klein's big brain maneuver. Ethan says he does a little trolling and announces he's not suing Shonda Black. So here we got Ethan and Ela on vacation. Okay, I was kidding.
I love it how they're just like sitting on vacation. Like, bro, they're literally just sitting there chilling.
He's not
they literally don't even care. They're just about to make an absolute bag of people doing like GoFundMes, trying to get defense lawyers. And it's like, bro, it's never gonna work. Like, these guys are obviously gonna win. And I'm not even an Ethan Klein fan. Like, I think, again, he's done some pretty silly things in the past with a lot of things that he said. But in this case right here, I'm fully in support of this guy.
Ethan and Ela on vacation. Okay, I was kidding about suing Shonda Black. I thought it would be funny to add a guy after being called a misogynist. We do a little trolling on vacation. The truth is, if I thought it was a good case, I would have added him from the start. He was very close to making the cut, though. Anyway, pretty funny how you all went from calling me a misogynist to calling me a racist. That was just crazy. For the record,
it's always the same thing every time. It's like, bro, he's literally suing people because they're breaking copyright law, stealing money from him. Everyone always hits this same thing of like, oh, he's being a misogynist, he's being racist. Like, come on, just like look at the facts and be real.
Black. Okay, he's got to be trolling. His name is Shonda Black, but whatever. So it turns out my lawsuit isn't racist, just misogynist. But if you ask me, I am the true feminist. I hold people accountable, regardless of gender. But go ahead and tell the judge about how it's not fair that I'm targeting 3 women. Let's see how that works out for you. All the best, Ethan Klein. Dude, Ethan has just been absolutely trolling them while on vacation. That is diabolical. And I know you guys complain about me saying that word a lot, but come on, what other word describes the sequence of events?
Facts.
If you remember, Shonda Black was literally shitting his pants, turning on his friends, saying, I don't know why you guys dragged me into this.
Oh, wait, is it this guy?
Bro is letting
Wait, was this the same guy that was on Hassan's stream? Okay, I mean, that kind of makes sense. So I'm guessing he's also reacted to Ethan Klein content. Was he also on that same Reddit, like the original Reddit thread?
His friends saying, I don't know why you guys dragged me into this. I don't want to be sued. Bro is letting out the biggest sigh of relief. He is thanking his lucky stars right now. So Asmongold responded,
This is insane. Yeah, yeah, bro. He is living his best life right now. And guy isn't fucking around. Well, the best part about it is that he is partially fucking around. That's what makes it funny. And so, yeah, there you go. And he laid the trap for the summer ants. He sure did. He's feeling himself. This is freedom. This is, I think this has the capacity to be Ethan's best arc.
Yeah. That's
I
probably
think
true, to
this
be
is-
honest.
this is
Bro,
amazing.
this guy's
They
had a
turn-
lot of arcs. He's had a lot of, like... He's had a lot of good moments. He's had a lot of really bad moments. But I'd say this so far is probably the best one. I mean, bro, this guy Pegasus is literally making a video every single day. It's like half an hour long, just covering how absolutely destroyed these guys are getting. And these are pulling 500,000 views, by the way. Like, this ain't some silly little drama. This is a huge thing, bro. Ethan is taking the biggest W right now.
Turned Ethan into a monster, and I'm loving it. That's right.
Yep, that's pretty much what happens when you go after a man's kids. You get exactly what you deserve. And while I wish the lawsuit was actually real, the troll is pretty hilarious too. You pretty much got them thinking that their life is over, and that is some super villain shit. Now, I did say last video that he might have been trolling, so again, I kind of called it. I didn't know exactly this was gonna happen, but I had a suspicion, you know? This is the most action Sean will ever see, and he'll be reliving this limelight for years to come. By the way, just some context, Sean is basically as irrelevant as Frogan and Caseytron. So anyways, people are losing their minds. Oh my god, lol, now Ethan's pretending he didn't know Sean was black. Well, I don't know how much plausible deniability he has with that
Wait,
one for
what?
obvious reasons. I assume he's joking. Oh, he is, but it's getting into very weird
What does that...
territory.
Okay, why are people liking this as well? Hold on, that is the dumbest take I've ever seen. Everyone pulls the race card, everyone pulls the misogyny card when something bad happens. It's actually ridiculous. It seriously needs to stop. Like, I don't know Ethan personally, but bro, obviously he's not going to target someone just because of their skin color and just because of, you know, just because of the gender that they are in terms of suing them. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life. It's always, oh, well, he's a white male, so obviously that there's some ulterior motive there. Like, come on, are we serious? And the fact that this guy is actually getting, you know, 500 likes, 15 comments, shows that people are actually supporting this idea that Ethan's only targeting this guy because of his skin color. This is the dumbest thing I've ever seen.
Territory? How is it very weird territory? Bro has literally shown Sean clips on stream before. Sean is in the content cup that Ethan watched on stream. He's just being a little shit, but it's becoming clear he's just racist as well. Yep, comedy is illegal now, guys. Also, his lawyer definitely told him to say he was joking. Oh my god, bro. Live in your fantasy land. Anyways, here we have iDubbbz's former editor criticizing Ethan. Maybe Ethan being scared of leaving his home just shows that he understands what kind of violent physical response he truly deserves. iDubbbz, you just employ the best people, don't you? He knows the harm and anguish he causes to people. He knows it's wrong. He knows he's outrunning the consequences. So what did he mean by this? The physical response he truly deserves.
What does that mean? What do you mean he truly deserves? This is the thing. So many people take a lot of this like online drama and just absolutely rinse it in real. Like they think people deserve physical harm in real life. Newsflash, drama online is simply that, drama online. Like, bro, the amount of times that we've seen Mr. Beast get cancelled, or like something happen where, you know, someone might say something bad online that they might say something that they shouldn't, and then people like genuinely take that as like, if I see you in person, I'm going to hit you, I'm going to hurt you. It's like, bro, please go outside. The people that genuinely sit there thinking that, you know, that they need to physically harm someone because of something that's happened online, genuinely, it does not make sense to me. Like, bro, how terminally online do you have to be where that is your first response if someone does something online? Like, bro, it's online drama. Give it up. Let it rest. It doesn't matter.
He truly deserves the violent physical response.
That's crazy.
Sounds oddly similar to Mike from PA saying Ethan needs to bleed from the mouth.
With people like Ethan.
But to be honest,
not gonna stop.
When I look at someone like this, and I'm gonna try not get this stream taken down for bullying and harassment, this is kind of what I'd expect someone like this to be saying, to be honest. Oh, he deserves to bleed from the mouth. It's YouTube drama. Like, bro, get a life, please.
Up until he's bleeding out of the corner of his mouth.
These people are so pathetic. They always want to make it violent. They always
Why is it
wanna take
always
things too far
it's
because they
always
can't
violence
win on merit. What has Ethan done to anyone to deserve to be threatened physically? Nothing, literally. Scared of leaving his house. He's literally on holiday, oh yeah. Anyways, so Sean responded, after failing to receive Hassan's attention, Ethan admits that he has no case against me, and he's doubling down on the misogyny of only targeting
Oh
smaller
my
women
God,
creators.
get a
Dude, I just love this.
life.
So if he sues these 3 women, he's misogynist. If he adds Sean, he's now racist. If he removes Sean, he's back down, doubling down on the misogyny. Dude, this is like brain rot chess, you know? Brain rot political chess. Thank you for all the support, but make sure you send that energy to those who still need it. Links below. You know Sean just ran out in the streets in the middle of the night and shouted to the heavens, thank God! Bro is about to have his life ruined. And then he's just linked all 3 GoFundMes. His fans
Bro,
were so
the thing is,
insistent
the
that he
funniest thing about
violated
this is that all these GoFundMes are going straight to Ethan. Like, I'm not even trying to be a meat writer or anything, but seriously, like, bro, you're literally linking, donate money to Ethan Klein because these 3 are literally gonna lose.
Copyright. I don't think they have a single effing clue on what they're talking about. Just adopt the opinion of their current talking head on YouTube or Twitch. Yeah, now they're coping how they were in on the troll the whole time. Sad bunch. But don't mind yourself with them. Okay, so again, this is completely brain dead. First off, these 3 people did violate copyright. Second off, when I was covering the situation, I specifically said, I don't know if Sean has violated copyright specifically because I haven't seen any clips. And I specifically asked, you know, Ethan to show clips of these before I actually made a judgment. Who would have thought, guys? Who would have thought? Who would have thought I would actually have nuance in this situation? Now, Ethan did mention that he is he was apparently close to qualifying for the lawsuit or whatever. So I don't know. I haven't seen Sean's any content actually, except from the one.
This is the thing. This is literally the first time I heard about this guy. I'm not even trying to pull the irrelevant card. I literally don't care. Like it doesn't make a difference. But the thing is like this guy here is trying to act all like, oh yeah, you know, you only included me because of my race. It's like, bro, no, you literally, like, again, I haven't seen the clips, but literally the only reason that your name was mentioned is because you were close to qualifying for the lawsuit. That's literally it.
Destiny, of course.
Can somebody just like, it would just be so easy. We would have socialism at this point if someone just went out of their way and
What is he saying?
Failing to get Hassan's attention, brother, we have daily crash outs from Hassan. Yes, we have definitely gotten Hassan's attention, all right? Where there's 50 videos to show that. So Sean also responded to Ethan asking Hassan to pay money. Basically, Ethan asked Hassan for 75k total. Sean responds, so after failing to force 2 women to grovel enough for his liking, he's moved on to trying to force
this misogyny card. After failing to force 2 women, guys, women. Come
using
on.
me as hostage once again. Another false choice. Either Hassan donates the 25k publicly and further feeds Ethan's puppet master god complex. Number 2, doesn't feed Ethan's ego, so you can pin the blame of him suing me on Hassan. Millionaire socialist won't spend 75k to protect a smaller creator. F you, Ethan. I'm not your pawn. Suck my dick. Bro, this tough guy act just doesn't work after you were like crying on stream, bro. There's no way a judge would look at all the shit and take any of it to trial. This is intimidation and coercion at its finest. Ah yes, the guy named Dumb on Twitter knows more than actual lawyers, of course. Bro, he's turned you guys into absolute lol cows, that's true. Anyways, more people are freaking out. The Kleins are hideous looking people with even more vile rotten
It's always
souls.
the people who don't show their face, by the way. And I know that's ironic because I haven't, like, I wear the I wear the hat, sunglasses, beanie or whatever. But like, it's always the people who, like at least I show a bit of what I look like, right? This person here, I can guarantee, does not show what they look like. And if they do, it's just absolutely revolting. Like, bro, it's always these people that sit online just talking smack and aren't even getting paid to do it. Like, they're literally sitting on Twitter doing nothing. The clients are hideous looking people, you know, even more vile, rotten souls. Who is this person?
And then we just got 2 of them having like the best time ever. That pretty much just sums up Twitter, bro. Like a bunch of people getting mad and then the other side's just enjoying themselves. Anyways, we got Omega Simp always inserting himself in every situation. Mike from PA. Ethan is 40? Oh my god. He looks like he's nearing social security retirement
Look
age.
at you. Oh my god. These people are literally on holidays. You are commenting on someone literally going on holidays right now. Look at this. These people are on holidays and you're sitting there going, oh my god, he looks like he's nearing social security retirement age. Bro, get a life.
Oh my god, he looks like he's nearing social security retirement age. Dude, it's like Mike enjoys being humiliated,
like,
bro. He always brings up something where you could say something that would absolutely demolish him, but you know what? I've brought it up too many times. Let's move on. Anyways, now we gotta move on to Caseytron apparently getting married. Caseytron tweets, I may not be rich in money, but I'm so rich in love. Some people are so rich in money, but lacking of love in their heart. They use their fortune to threaten those less fortunate. There is so much
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah. They use their fortune fortune to threaten those less fortunate. Oh yeah, guys, I'm the victim here because I'm less fortunate. Ethan's a really big white rich man, and I'm just little old me. I'm just a girl with not a lot of money. Like, bro, come on. Using this excuse is the dumbest thing ever. Yeah, even the like, bro, it's literally been proven you broke copyright law, but because you're less fortunate, everyone should support you. Like, seriously.
Money instead. Sad. And I'm just gonna say sorry in advance, but I saw it. You have to see it. Casey Tron and her boyfriend Joshua eloped, getting married outside Subway in Walmart.
Wait, are we supposed to hear?
Here, I'll put yours on you.
Right?
Did she get married on live stream?
I love you, baby.
Okay, stop. I'm not showing that, all right? Yeah, I know I Frogan flashbang you guys on a regular
gotta
basis.
be kidding me. There is
tortured you
no
guys.
way they got married. Okay, are they proposing there, or is that the actual marriage? That better just be the proposal, bro. Oh my
flashbang you
god.
guys on a regular basis, and I've tortured you guys quite a bit, but even I am a man of mercy, all right? Even I have my limits. I will not subject you to a Casey Tron kiss. That is a level of hell no man should ever have to endure. Please, can we all get a moment of silence for this guy?
Poor guy, bro. Poor guy.
All right, now that that's done, dude, can you imagine calling yourself a man and getting married to Casey Tron? You couldn't pay me $1 bajillion for
Bro,
that
like,
shit.
there's literally nothing attractive about, like, marrying someone like this. Like, literally nothing. Like, I'm not even talking about, looks maxing wise, we'll say. I'm literally saying, like, just personality wise. I mean, the only thing that she's got going is the fact she's got an audience, right? That's literally it. But then the audience doesn't even watch her. They literally just watch her for the videos that they look at. It's like, oh my god, there's just nothing good. And then, bro, like we saw, she literally watched an Ethan Klein video one time. Had like 15 minutes of talking and 18 minutes of just smoking. Like, god, how do you degrade yourself like... I feel so sorry for this guy.
I can
He'll
get
regret
through
this in like
anything
5
with
years,
this
but it's
man.
alright.
I'm crying a little. I can get through anything with this man. We may not be rich in money, but we are so rich in love.
What is this quote? Oh, we're not rich in money, we're rich in, like, soul. Yeah, sure, you can not care about money, right? Oh, yeah, I don't care about getting rich. That's fine. You know, a lot of people just want to have enough money to live and survive. That's awesome. I mean, if you don't want it, you don't want it. But it's like, you're not rich, you're not just not rich in money. You're basically going in debt. And you're giving this guy who's just married you a ton of debt because you're about to go into a lawsuit that you are going to lose. Like, this is why we feel sorry for this guy. It's not just the fact that he's marrying you. It's the fact that, bro, he's about to inherit so much debt because of you.
We have so much love for each other, so much love around us. And I just love you so much. I do.
Dear Lord, I pray only one thing. May this type of love never find me. Bro literally looks like he's being held hostage. Casey over there like, smile and nod, smile and nod. Also, you know that they have a lot of love for each other when they're doing this, when the camera is turned on. This dude
Yeah,
over
why
here,
are they
like,
live
he only
streaming
hired
this?
me for
That's
30
what I
minutes.
wanna
Casey,
know.
please turn the camera off. I'm gonna need overtime now. Now, but honestly, I was gonna say I feel bad for the guy, but let's be real. This guy is probably equally crazy as Casey. Because if you think about it, no normal dude is ever going for Casey, all right? You gotta be a straight nut job. You gotta probably be someone who agrees with all of her takes and all of her actions. and
Actually, that's a
finds
good
her,
point.
You know, pleasant. But now it makes complete
She's probably
sense
he's
why
probably just as
incel
bad.
is her favorite word. Everything just fitting together like the Millennium Puzzle. Also, the most hilarious thing is if you gave every incel in the world a choice between staying an incel forever or being with Casey, I think everybody's choosing to jump into a volcano. And it was apparently Casey and her husband have a message for the haters.
Oh, here we go.
Hey haters, what do you think of this? What do you think of this?
Oh, wow.
Me and my
A
love.
silver ring. A regular silver ring.
Hey haters, what do you think
Wow,
of
that's tough. That's actually pretty tough. You know, I retract everything I've said. You know, I've talked a whole lot of smack being like, you know, that this person's just a loser, whatever. I kind of retract that. Now that I've seen this, like, regular silver ring that I've probably seen, that if I walk down the street, I'd probably see on every single woman walking down the street. I retract everything now because I've seen that. Like, what?
What do you think of this?
I don't really care, to be
What do you
honest.
think of this?
Me and my love. I have to pull up the camera because he's so tall. This strong, tall man. Unlike these hateful little men these hateful little men typing on their keyboards. They're not strong men. They're very weak, actually.
Oh my god.
Like, okay, loser.
Okay, so he's just as bad.
Oh my god, how dare she say incel? She doesn't even know what that means!
Are you okay, Casey? Are you off your meds? She is so mad. Oh my god. But honestly, I'm very happy for this couple. You guys deserve each other. This is true love, guys. You know, when on the day you're proposing to each other, you are malding about people on Twitter. You're literally losing your mind and saying, look guys, look how happy I am. Also, boom, it's a salad. Boom, it's a gym. Did I scare you with that, Casey? I'm sorry. That's how we feel anytime Frogan or you pop up on the screen. The absolute fear in our hearts.
How does she have 4,000 subscribers, by the way?
I was gonna go on a massive rant here, but I don't think I'm allowed to be honest. I will only say one thing. How are they going to pay for the marriage with this lawsuit happening and stuff? Because
that's exactly what I want to know.
Might have to get
This is the
married in
worst
Walmart
time
as
to get married. You're literally in debt. You're talking about, oh yeah, we're not rich in money, but we're rich in love. Love isn't going to pay the bills. I'm sorry. It just won't. And it makes it even worse that now there's two of you, so now you're going to pay for two people. Like, are you just trying to, like, financially ruin yourself? Are you trying to achieve, like, a 200 credit score? Seriously?
Well, she really thinks she's winning this, by the way. Anyways, now she continues going after Asmongold. The incel brigade is spreading misinformation. I never said Asmon killed his mom. Asmongold hates to be truthful. Yeah, I didn't say it, guys. I just heavily implied it. Hassan tactics once again. It's not a false flag, guys, but it would have been the perfect false flag. Kowalski analysis.
Yes, I did like that tweet. It says, thankfully, XQC's lifestyle hasn't led directly to the death of one of his parents yet, so he has that going for him over Asmon at least. I'll admit, I did like that tweet.
I'll admit, I just agree with that take. I didn't say it though, guys. I definitely didn't say it. I just agreed with somebody else saying it. Now, apparently she wants.
Was that actually a point? It's like, oh yeah, I liked a tweet saying something horrible, but like, oh, I didn't say it, so it doesn't matter. Like.
The psychopath Hassan Stan here said, responding to the negative backlash from saying Casey Tron's family deserves to be financially ruined, Asmongold appears to suggest that he intends to incite members of his audience into doing stochastic violence against his detractors. Yeah, that is not at all what Asmongold said. He basically says that if they try to harass him online, he will be fighting back. He never said something about physical violence, unlike how these guys actually do that. Anyways, Casey quote tweets this saying, really not sure why Twitch hasn't done anything about someone explicitly calling for violence and saying they will use their community to harass. If you look through my comment sections, it's pretty clear they are taking his marching orders. I was doxxed yesterday. Yeah, I missed the part where Asmon ever said he wanted to dox you. Why don't you just say sorry? It's not violence to dish out what was given. Really not sure why Twitch hasn't done anything about someone explicitly falsely accusing a fellow creator of killing their mother and falsily accusing detractors of abuse, which causes their community to harass.
Oh, but it's okay because she didn't say it. Oh no, she just liked the tweet. She didn't actually say it.
And her audience eats it up. Cry bully. It's always the incels. It's always Asmon's fault. Same story every day. But don't worry, guys. She has a lot of love. She has a lot of love,
so it's fine.
Now, apparently, Asmon also revealed why Casey Tron has such a hate boner for him.
The actual last reason, the reason why Casey Tron actually doesn't like me is because I dated one of her arch nemesises in the old Twitch days, which was Pink Sparkles. I dated Izzy, and then basically what happened is that Casey Tron was really popular, and then Izzy started streaming, and Pink Sparkles, and, you know, a lot of people sure seemed to watch her stream more. And Casey Tron got really mad about that, spread lies about Izzy, about Pink
Why
Sparkles,
doesn't that surprise me?
many times, tried to take shots at her and say all these negative things. And obviously I defended her. She was my girlfriend at the time. And Casey Tron got upset about that. So really, all this is a bruised ego from 10 years ago.
Wait. You're telling me Casey Tron was popular? Oh my god, thank God I missed that era of the internet. That is the most shocking thing
No
I've
way
ever
this
heard
person's
in my
been
life.
big for
But yeah,
that
figures
long.
that-
Hold on. 10 years? Are we serious? I've literally never heard of this person. Bro, 10 years ago, I was 10 years old. I would have known basically every YouTuber, every streamer that had over like 1 million subscribers, I swear. Because it wasn't really that big back then. Like, you were able to know basically everything that was going on. Bro, how did I not know about this person?
Oh my god, thank God I missed that era of the internet. That is the most shocking thing I've ever heard in my life. But yeah, figures that she was completely incompetent and couldn't do jack shit with the audience she was given, and is somehow still completely broke. I mean, she couldn't have been that popular if she didn't manage to make any sort of like lifelong income or anything like that, or even have a hint of savings. Sucks to suck, I guess. Maybe try a change of career, Casey Tron. Maybe try becoming a slop tuber. I hear it's quite nice. But yeah, that backstory is so hilarious. It all stemmed from jealousy. Right, so now I wanted to quickly go over this insane Hassan fan. So basically, this person responds to this Casey Tron tweet, and they say, "You didn't say that, but you wouldn't have been wrong if you had. I'd say this is just Asmon's guilty conscience lashing out, but I'm not entirely sure he has one." Okay, so again, they're basically saying, yes, Asmon did kill his mom. You wouldn't have been wrong if you had, huh? And then somebody says, "Did his mom get what she deserved?" They respond, "Hard to say what anyone deserves, but she did raise the snake."
Oh my god, why are people so nuts?
My god, dude, these people are insane. Insane. Zero morals. Complete freaking psychopaths. You can't even have sympathy for his mom dying? Absolutely crazy, dude. What a load of bollocks. You have no factual basis for that statement. That is a horrific thing to say. Anyways, after this, Ethan calls out Casey. Somebody did this like huge sob story saying that, oh, this is like Ethan, a rich guy going after Casey.
It's the same thing every time.
Ethan responds, "These MF will do anything to avoid admitting they're wrong. You're barking up the wrong tree. She's not even attempted to reach out or even find an attorney, and you're crying about class warfare? Here's something we all need to face down in life, regardless of money. Personal responsibility. It's time to take some. And no judge cares about your excuses, nor do I. P.S. I'm not from money. I've had no success handed to me. You don't know anything about me." She's on a road trip right now instead of finding a lawyer. How much of the 41K do you think she's already spent on Wade? As I said, any funds donated to Casey are likely based on
they are likely going towards smoking streams. That's literally what it is.
Possibly going to weed. Also, this is just tragic. How does she have 41K? Who the hell is donating, bro?
That's what I want to know. Bro, 1.3K donators. Are we serious? 1.3K. How does she have that many people willing to like spend their rent money? So if we think about this right, 1.3K donations, 41K. That's literally an average of like $40 per donation. Who the hell is actually donating to this person? How does this person have an audience in the first place? Like, she has 4,000 subscribers on Twitch. Oh my god, it actually just makes no sense to me. Like, these people have a huge fan base. It's crazy to me.
So this is just tragic. How does she have 41K? Who the hell is donating, bro? Are these like Hassan's alt accounts? Because he did say last time, I'm going to be secretly donating to everybody, because I can't imagine anybody
actually, it is probably
actually
Hassan,
donating.
to be honest.
But to be fair, there's a lot of crazies in this world. That's why we need the Pegasus channel, baby. You gotta educate the peoples. Anyways, moving on to legal mindset. So he made this video called "It Looks Bad for Denims, Lawyer Reviews Lawsuit." And it's a pretty long video. Highly recommend to check it out for the full coverage. I'm just going to talk about a few small segments.
The nightmare on Denim Street. So legal writing is boring, and judges are humans. You want to entertain them. You've got to keep people engaged.
Is that actually part of it? Nightmare on Denim Street.
It's no different. If you can make it interesting and keep people laughing or, you know, just engaged, you know, paying attention, that's good. That's really good.
Dude, it's so funny that Ethan is actually using his legitimate comedy skills to entertain the court. I guess that's my new profession now, slop tuber to lawyer pipeline. I mean, we got the arguing down, we got the evidence down, just gotta, you know, missing the law school, of course. Now this part, he talks about Denim's most damning statements.
We don't have to give the nuke views. Yeah, I'm going to stream it since he's confirmed it's coming out today.
That is so blatant.
Denim's prior to reacting to content news on Piker, which goes right to the heart of it and really is the most damning piece of evidence. So he's putting at the beginning of the complaint, at the beginning up front, the most damning evidence. That's the way to do it. That's correct. You start with something really
damn, and if a lawyer's saying it, then it must be pretty damning. I mean, we're relying on you to stay live so we don't have to give the nuke views. That's genuinely just against the law. You just cannot do that. Here we go. Well, guys, if you enjoyed not giving any views to this terrible video, give me a follow, subscribe, throw a prime if you like my content. What do you mean my content, by the way? Like, can we just talk about that? My content is crazy. None of this is your content.
That you're like, that the judge like can't disagree with. It's like in sales. You start getting people to say yes. That's sales psychology. Well,
are we
guys,
saying that being in a court is like sales?
To that terrible video, give me a follow, subscribe, and throw a prime if you like my content. So this is once again going to the heart of it. It's strong evidence that is saying directly, we are siphoning views. We are using ourselves as a substitute by not giving any views to that video. Big oof. These two are the best pieces of evidence that he has. And then we're going to go from there.
There we have it, straight from a lawyer. I mean, even the layman can see that she's basically admitting her crimes, like the absolute dunce she is. And this just kind of confirms it. Say goodbye to all of that legal money and all that GoFundMe money. Denim's basically made this case as easy as possible for Ethan to win. In fact, Ethan might even have the strongest case against Denims here. But obviously, I'm not a lawyer, so. Then he talks about the difference in, like, the firepower of Ethan versus Denims.
Over 7 years ago, the owners of Plaintiff 10 Entertainment, Ethan and Gila Klein, established the legal standard for fair use in Hosediah versus Klein. So this is very fun fact about the Kleins. They have been involved in copyright lawsuits. So what this means is they have lawyers that are experienced here. So while the Kleins have a major advantage, both in money and experienced lawyers, now Denims, Frogan, and Caseytron, they might be out there getting the Saul Goodmans of the copyright law world. We have no idea.
God.
They may have to get the strip mall lawyer because, frankly, I don't think they're going to have enough money for the white glove, top tier New York law
and
firms
this is
of
the thing
California.
right here. It's like that should tell you right now that obviously Ethan Klein's gonna win, right? But the thing is with that is that they use this thing of like, oh, Ethan Klein's been in copyright lawsuits before. He's a big, evil, rich white man. You know, he's got all this experience. He's got all this money, and we don't have any money. They use that as a thing to turn the audience against him. It's the dumbest thing I've ever seen. Like, bro, if Ethan wins, sure, it's probably because he's got more connections. He knows how to spend his money. He's got lawyers, whatever. And obviously Casey, Tron, Frogan, they're all stupid, so they don't know how to fight it. They use that as like, oh, poor little old me, I'm the victim. We're just three women. This is misogynist, whatever. But the thing is, it's like, bro, when you lose, you lose. It's because you did something bad. You broke copyright law. Sure, you might not have the funds to fight it. Too bad.
Law firms. They're at the top tier of their game. I just don't think so. I think they're going to end up with some guys who may, have a mismatched blazer and pants in the courtroom.
We got Saul Goodman. Gotta get that criminal lawyer. And this is especially ironic considering she was using pictures of Chuck in her Twitter. Meanwhile, she's the one who's actually gonna end up hiring Jimmy McGill. Then he talks about how much worse it is that she actually did this live. She did a live reaction.
The fact that she did it live. She didn't even wait. She did it live.
So dumb.
If she had waited, they're
just shooting themselves in the foot
and done it the next day or done it 2 days after, Denims would have a better argument. But she didn't wait because these people are impatient idiots. They have no idea about the law. They have no idea about anything. And doing things like that, doing things live, and was perfect. It really put her in the worst possible legal position. She's screwed. At this point, I'm leaning on the 90% for
90?
Legally speaking.
90%.
Oh my
now,
God.
I'm not a betting man, but I kind of like those odds. When it comes to 90 to 10, okay, I'll be a betting man for this one. And of course, Denims had
Damn,
to
put
do
your
it
money
live
on
and
Ethan,
she couldn't
bro.
Wait. She was too stuck up on her pure hatred of Ethan that she completely ended up cooking herself. And this is kind of what happens when you are fueled by such anger and such vitriol for someone you don't even know that much. Obviously, you can not like his politics or you can disagree with his takes or whatever, but taking it so far as to, indirectly lead to the CPS call on his kids, or to have that stream where you're encouraging the whole situation with CPS on his kids, that is just extremely vile. You're taking it to the real world. You're trying to separate a family, and she really just is a psychopath.
She said early in the debate that she acknowledges she used third-party content as filler and siphons views away from the original. So she admits that she's infringing.
That's the funniest part. These people actually think they have a chance when they're literally admitting that they use filler content and siphon views away from the original. We've already seen all this sort of stuff where, like, these three have literally admitted. They're like, yeah, we took views from the original, and it's like, if you enjoyed not giving views to this video, stuff like that. They've admitted that they're doing it. How do they expect to win?
I know I do it as a React streamer, so she's confessing to the crime. She's literally self-reporting. So her argument is, I'm just a small creator, so they don't apply to me. No, that's not what's happening here. What's happening is they haven't found you, Denims, because to a large channel, your theft, you are a piss ant, legally, financially to them. You are nothing to them because you're so small. They could sue you, they would win, but you're nothing to them. You are absolute nothing to them. You do not matter, Denims. So, but just because you don't matter doesn't mean what you did isn't illegal. Just because someone doesn't catch you speeding doesn't mean
that's a good point.
Speeding isn't illegal. Just because you drive drunk and you don't get caught on a country back road doesn't mean it's suddenly legal.
Piss ant. Oh my lord. Subscribe to Legal Mindset. Holy shit, this guy's great. Absolute cinema.
Piss ant is
Dude,
crazy.
I'm telling you, Denims has that Hassan level IQ. And you would think that they don't actually think this, but this is their legitimate argument. They actually think that it doesn't matter because they are so small and Ethan is so rich and he's such a like a bigger creator that it doesn't matter that I'm stealing views from him. And you know this is how they think because they use the same logic when they justify like burning cars and looting stores. Oh, who cares about robbing different stores like Apple or even small mom and pop shops? Well, they're probably owned by rich people, so it doesn't matter. They are so stupid and privileged. They don't realize you can't just break the law and get away with it.
I seriously don't
This is
understand
what
this
happens
argument.
when
I
you
don't
spend
get
all of
it.
your time
It's like, oh
online
yeah,
and
it's owned by a rich white person, so it's like, oh, it doesn't matter. If it was owned by someone small and petite like me, then you know it's not good if you steal or do something bad. But if it's some rich company, it suddenly makes it okay. Like, no, it doesn't.
Chambers, you actually forget the reality of this world where you can't just break laws. And you might have gotten away with it multiple times before, but this is the one time you are being held accountable and you can't take it. You are so used to preferential treatment that regular treatment seems like harassment, seems like some racism, sexism, or whatever. That is not how it works in reality.
And Denims Frogan and Casey Tron, you guys should pay me for this. You guys should send me right now a super thanks for this. And here's how you do it. Here's how we do it, guys. Here's how we do it, chat. You say, I'm going to rat out like a jailhouse snitch. I'm going to rat out the people that called CPS, and I'm going to give you their names and all their information.
Oh, jeez. Oh, wow. Oh, God. Woo!
So you can pursue them because you really want them, right?
Yeah.
You really want them. We're going to give up their heads. We're going to sacrifice them to the corn. We're going to put them out there in the wood chipper.
Yes.
If you drop this against us, we'll do that for you privately. So no one sees it. It's going to be private, off the books. We're going to slide their heads to you. But you got to drop it.
Can I hire this guy,
and
please?
Like, that's the real sauce.
He's nuts.
And
I'm going to be honest. I don't think they know who did it. I don't think they can do this. Like, obviously, this is absolute cinema. But if I'm looking at this logistically, they probably don't even know who did it.
Dude, this is such cinema, man. If they turned on each other and they just started throwing each other under the bus, like exposing who did the CPS call and stuff, and I don't know if they did know who did it or not. I feel like they're definitely not loyal enough to each other, and they probably want to save their own skin. So if they knew, they would definitely rat them out. But yeah, Esmond thinks they're gonna be screwed anyways, even if they do try to rat them out, because then they might be liable for something else.
Yeah, there's no saving
Here's the
these
funny
guys.
thing. He's leaving this out. Is that if they know who did it, calling and weaponizing a governmental agency on another person is, as far as I know, a criminal offense. It's kind of like in the same spectrum of swatting, and he can correct me if I'm wrong about this. But if they know who did it and they coordinated with that person, not only would they be doing that and getting away from this lawsuit, but they would be opening themselves up to somehow a sort of accessory lawsuit or accessory charge for weaponizing a federal agency and submitting false reports.
Damn.
So this actually, like, aiding and abetting, right? So actually this could be even worse for them if they did this. Please let them do this. That would be really
Bro, oh my
funny,
god,
man.
the amount of videos that we'd be making out of that if this actually went through. Oh my god, that would be nuts. That would be good.
I don't think it would be hard to prove because these people probably have.
I don't know how much more cooked can they really get. It just seems like every day they're going on stream saying things that are just making their case worse. Oh my god, I low-key kind of feel bad for them at this point because of how screwed they actually are. But then they still have an audience of people that are supporting them. How do these people have an audience? It doesn't make sense.
Have private communications that completely explain that they were doing it maliciously, like just in total plain English that they were doing it maliciously.
Oh yeah, I mean, if their phone records or messages or anything are looked into, they are completely cooked.
Oh yeah,
I'm almost certain they would have been talking about some shit that would probably get them screwed in court. And he's right about this because they could be considered liable if they were part of the plan to call CPS on Ethan's kids, or if they knew that was happening and basically aided them in any way. And I just find it funny how every one of them is reacting so differently. From Casey not even having any lawyers and randomly getting married, to Frogan, I don't know, probably buying an extra large pizza.
Okay.
To Denim actually trying to fight this in court and thinking she has a chance. To Sean just getting trolled. This is my Marvel universe, guys. This is my Avengers.
Bro. Sean has to be the goofiest guy I've ever seen in my life.
So Kowalski, analysis. What is this video? Homepage as well. Thank you, YouTube. You're doing a good job. I don't know about you guys. This Pegasus guy might be the greatest YouTuber ever. I'm gonna subscribe, watch all of his videos, tell all my friends about him, and then proceed to absolutely win at life in every way imaginable. Because that is just the sequence of events for a Pegasus fan. Anyways, let's move on to people going after streamer Emiru. Basically, Emiru gave like the most lukewarm basic take about Ethan's lawsuit. She said that, hey, it's wrong to steal content. And now apparently Hassan's goon squad is just harassing her like crazy.
What was Emiru talk?
Well, reacts are a little scary because I saw that some people are getting sued for reactions, but Mr. Daily wouldn't sue me. We're homies. He likes my tweets sometimes. Or it's people that like maliciously react. Like they react.
Isn't it crazy how Emiru knows about this, but all the people against Ethan don't know about this? It's probably because she watched the video for 5 minutes. This obvious nuance is just totally lost.
Watch me so that they don't get any views. Like, yeah, you can't do that.
Yeah, you're courting disaster. It's crazy. Even she understands this. She probably watched half the video.
Right, so that was her take. You can't steal content. Most normal basic take ever. She didn't criticize Hassan or any orbiters, nothing. Not even a fraction of what I've done. And this is what people are responding to her with. Here we got a tweet with 74k likes. Woman who hangs out with every rapist she meets. I think Israelis are fine. Okay, so she didn't mention Israelis at all.
No one said that.
She was literally talking about Ethan's lawsuit. But of course, these people will make it some sort of weird political issue. Also, in case you're confused about who the rapists are, this person is referring to, I think, Asmongold and Tectone. I don't know. Obviously, again, just complete slander. You just can't say this shit. Seeing the misogyny see through the lip tears every time a woman disagrees with them is one of my favorite aspects of this app. She gives terrible companies no misogyny.
This is the thing I don't understand. Like, obviously, the correct side is the Ethan side. I mean, like, it's so obvious that these people have broken copyright law. But for some reason, even though there's so many people supporting Ethan, and, you know, people with common sense, it seems to be an equal amount of people that are on the opposite side having stupid takes like this, talking about Israel when no one mentioned that. How has this got 3.1k likes? Please. Man who has bias on the internet.
As a joke, actually, you humorless idiot. It's a joke. I'm just slandering people as a joke, guys. The classic Casey Tron tactic. I was just trolling, guys. I've been trolling this entire time. I was only pretending to be regarded. Just say you want to eliminate all J's next time. Oh, but just because you asked nicely. H3 Snark and Lefty Twitter have now set their sights on Emiru. Emiru, the woman who had a podcast with Asmongold and Tectone, I'm shocked. The levels of pick me this girl has resorted to is insane. And yes, you can do that. The platform you and your friends would have millions on wouldn't exist otherwise. Emiru is that scene girl who sometimes does a Nazi salute because it's edgy. What?
Bro.
I don't know how to explain it, but neo-Nazi groypers always follow these kinds of girls online, willingly lean in their racist shit for attention. I'm not saying she's actually racist, guys. Guys, I just want to protect myself. Who is the Nazi in question here, by the way? Is it the guy who made this about Israelis and Jews somehow? By the way, react to people they hate. That is the point of fair use. It's called criticism, not to mention the people who are reacting to a hit piece on them. How effing smooth-brained. Classic Redditors just ignoring, you know, every actual merit of the lawsuit. The fact that they maliciously tried to steal views from Ethan and steal his content. But But of course, it's convenient to pretend none of that happened.
God.
Useful
Bro, I
person
literally
she
can't
is.
sit here
Everybody's
listening to
all in
these
on
people.
defending Asmund. She's watched without
It's so
Asmund-supported
dumb.
viewers.
Oh my
H3
god, they literally, they just don't have brains. Oh my god. I mean, to be fair, there's always gonna be people on the internet like that. I don't think that this is anything new. Like, there's always people on the other side that just like hate for no reason. I don't get it. But yeah, that's the H3H3 update. Oh my god, bro, these people, if they weren't already cooked, they'd be even more cooked now. Again, like, this legal mindset guy is absolutely nuts. He's just going on an absolute rampage, destroying anything that these people have. Like, just completely cooking them from the inside out. He's not even involved in the lawsuit, I don't think, but he's just sitting there destroying them. But yeah, that's awesome. Okay. So that's the H3 update. Now we have this guy, Lil Gara, who got goddamn life in prison for this. I don't know what this means, but let's have a look. IRL streamer faced life in prison for this. Let's have a look.
This live streamer was potentially facing life in prison after allegedly kidnapping his ex-girlfriend at gunpoint.
What?
But now, in a strange turn of events, is back to live streaming again. And all of this happened a year after he reportedly caught her cheating on him while they were both live streaming together. So what's absolutely crazy about this story is most of it happened while they were live. And all of this was following about 2 years of an extremely toxic and turbulent relationship.
Okay, this is the thing that, this is the exact reason that, you know, if I get into a relationship, if there's someone, like, I like the KSI approach where you just don't have your relationship online at all. I just don't, like, there is nothing good that can come from that, I don't think. Like, think of any, like, extremely public relationship between two celebrities, something like that, or just a celebrity and someone that isn't a celebrity. Like, the amount of times that it ends up going down the drain because, I don't know, some fans might get a little crazy, start harassing people or something like that. It happens so much, bro. It happens a lot more than you think. Like, your first mistake was going public with this. That was the first mistake.
Safe to say that things escalated a little bit more than expected here. So meet Timothy Brooks, better known as Lil Gara, a 20-year-old Twitch streamer who's essentially been building up a decent Twitch following on the Grand Theft Auto role-playing community, which, if you're not familiar with, it's essentially where streamers role-play with other players as different characters in a modded version of Grand Theft Auto 5.
I got one guy in the shower with a microwave.
Within these servers, they can have jobs, form friendships, create their own story, almost like a simulated version of real life. This guy was a typical young streamer, trying to make it big, doing IRL content mixed with gaming.
Man, it's your boy Gara Don Dada.
With his primary focus always being on his GTA 5 role-playing content, until he became infamous for all the wrong reasons. And I mean, this whole situation is just a perfect example of how toxic relationships can spiral completely out of control when you add the social media
That's
factor
exactly
into the mix.
right. Toxic relationships are one thing, right? When they're kept private. They're bad enough when they're kept private. When you make it public, oh my god. You're not only, like, making it public and, like, just completely outing your private life, you're also exposing yourself to potential false allegations, which happen all the time. Like, the amount of times where people will go public with their relationship, 2 years later, there'll be some crazy allegations come out. Everyone will just hate the person that has the allegations made against them. Like, there's just so many things that can go wrong. Again, if you're someone watching this that just, you know, has a relationship and wants to go public with it, if you have a following, just don't do it. It's not worth it.
Now, to fully understand the story, we need to go back in time to April 2024, when Gara and his girlfriend decided to stream an IRL date at a local restaurant. It was just a normal couple's night out, other than the fact that they were broadcasting it live to their Twitch viewers. They started by ordering drinks and then browsing the menu. You know, typical things you would do at a restaurant. And this is where things went completely off the rails, because as soon as he got a hold of her phone, he started scrolling through it. And you can watch his face visibly change in real time as he discovers something. The girlfriend quickly realizes what was happening and snatches the phone back and begins to act extremely defensive. All while, I guess, the streamer just sits there, mouth wide open, completely speechless.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
What?
What is your problem?
That's actually some crazy content, by the way.
Problem, bro?
I love it. Okay, this is just a side note. Obviously, like, we haven't gotten to the end, so obviously, you know, something crazy happens at the end. But, like, for right now, the woman sitting there going, oh, what is wrong with you? What is wrong with you? It's always the, oh, what's wrong with you? Not what's wrong with me. The fact that this guy's literally just caught you cheating. I don't understand that mentality.
Bro, what is your problem?
And then the stream just abruptly ends. So obviously, most
Damn.
people could guess what just happened. He caught his girlfriend cheating while on a date with hundreds of people
I'm gonna
watching.
guess, and again, I haven't seen the rest of it, that he probably ended up, you know, getting back with her, doing all this sort of stuff, running the rounds, doing all that. That's just my guess. Quick pause, by the way. My camera's about to die. I just gotta switch out the battery real quick. Won't be a second. I really need to figure out how to make my batteries last longer. One second. Where are we? And we're back. There we go. Alright.
And the clip went viral back then, even drawing the attention of bigger streamers like FaZe Silky, who has also collaborated with Gara previously. And later that day, Gara called up Silky during his stream to explain exactly what he discovered on his girlfriend's phone. According to him, she'd been getting clever about how she was hiding her supposed cheating.
Silky, these are getting clever, gang. You know what they're doing?
What?
And I noticed this in 1 second. Bro, when they link you, they're unsaving their numbers, so when they call them, it's random numbers, bro.
What? I mean, is that smart or is that just like normal?
And I'm looking at every in her, and I'm looking at. I clicked the message. She said, "I miss you so bad." This, yo, a real conversation, gang, and it's all like 2 hours ago, bro. You yelling. 2 hours, like, you feel me? And I'm realizing this all in 1 second. I'm like, I swipe down to the notifications. I see the same number. Texted her. Unsaved number. Straight messages through that.
Oh
So
my
you started
god.
scrolling that.
I don't know if that's a new tactic. I feel like that's just a good tactic, though. I feel like that's just a good tactic.
Scrolling mad fast.
Yo, I started scrolling mad fast, gang.
Nah, look at this nigga eyes. Yo, I'm looking at the clip, yo, bro.
Gara also posted about this incident on Twitter saying, "Disappointed. My fault. I didn't mean for it to go like that. Did only a 10-minute stream. Screw these girls. We on that grind. I'm way too genuine." Meanwhile, she called 12. So the girlfriend in question here is India, who goes by India Baby on social media. Similar to her ex-boyfriend, she's also what you would call a niche personality, but still pretty popular within her target audience. India's been within the streaming scene for a while now, dating back as far as 2020 when she used to play NBA 2K and GTA RP. As a result, she became popular in both these communities, and in the past, was also featured on one of Kai Cenat's E-Date streams.
Do you have any tattoos?
Do I have any tattoos? No,
Wait, is that the same?
Thank you.
That's not the same girl that Speed got, like, the whole, if we were the last two people on Earth, would we reproduce? Is that the same person? Surely not. I don't think it
this
is.
full cheating story
Looks
from
like it, though.
2024 gains an entirely different perspective when told from her point of view. Because when this clip was posted on Twitter claiming that she was Gara's wife at the time of the live stream, her followers were actually quick to correct that statement, saying that they weren't married or even together, but rather each other's exes at the time of that incident. So India not only confirmed this last statement, but also claimed that it was Gara who cheated on her first back in 2023.
Wait, hold on. We broke up last year due to him cheating, and this date was supposed to be him fixing it. Wait, so he wasn't cheating because they were on a break? I'm so confused now. What?
Since then, they haven't been back together, and this date he streamed where he caught her cheating was supposedly a second chance she gave him to fix things up, which to me sounds even crazier because why would they want to live stream that? Just
okay, that's another thing. There are so many different points here. Okay, so firstly, her cheating wasn't cheating because apparently they broke up due to him cheating, but then this second date was them supposed to be fixing it, which, by the way, why were they live streaming it? That just makes no sense. But then also, she didn't cheat because they were on a break. That's kind of what I'm getting at. That's very confusing, but I think I'm getting
supposedly
it.
a second chance she gave him to fix things up, which to me sounds even crazier because why would they want to live stream that? Just, I mean, it really just goes to show you that the internet has really messed up what people's perspective of a healthy relationship is. But I mean, hey, I guess if it goes really wrong or really right, that's content, because that's like the only upside I can see with live streaming your entire life like this. And just like that, the stream ended. According to her Instagram stories, Gara had stolen her bag and then thrown it into a lake. He also apparently stole $3,000 from her, that's a lot of money. And honestly, that was a massive red flag for what was going to come. And also a good reason for why she would want to call the cops on the guy after the date was over.
Yeah, that kind of makes sense.
These relationships have always been this like toxic pattern of breakup, makeup, and repeat. So we've already had confirmation that they were together in 2023 because that was when Gara allegedly first cheated on her. And it was also likely before June of that year because in June of 2023, India was spotted at a hotel with an upcoming Chicago artist by the name of Lil Jeremy hugging him. So I'm assuming they've already broken up at that point, but who knows? And it seems like they may have even been dating in 2022. Funnily enough, in October of 2024, 6 months after the whole restaurant incident, India reposted a TikTok video, I guess maybe a joke, about cheating being her favorite hobby. So, I mean, yeah, things get a little bit more complicated when the story goes to that gray area where it's hard to determine who's really at fault within the relationship and for why it didn't work out. But, you know, in most relationships...
Yeah, that is just really confusing now. It is, yeah, there was a lot to go on there. Just real quick. 1 second, I'll be back. Alright, we're back. Yeah, sorry. Family member just arrived, so I gotta...
Two-way street. But either way, it definitely looks like we got two people bringing out the absolute worst in each other. And this was all in the midst of an extremely toxic 2-year relationship. But I guess little did anyone know that this would eventually escalate to something way more dangerous. Because fast forward to May 27th of this year, police reports of Gara's arrest started going viral after Twitter user NetClips posted Gara's mugshot on his page. And this was taken from the Miami-Dade County's mugshot Facebook page.
Wait, so, hold on. So, okay. This right here, where is it?
This was taken from the Miami-Dade County.
Timothy Brooks, yeah, kidnapping, 20 years old? Bro, come on. Kidnapping, weapon, burglary. Okay, so life in prison? I understand kidnapping, but like, does that get life in prison?
His mugshot Facebook page. And it's safe to
say
that is pretty
bad,
the charges were insane. You would think they were given to him in the Grand Theft Auto role-playing server. Kidnapping with a weapon, firearm, or aggravated battery. Burglary with assault or battery. Punishable by life. Then finally, to top everything off, carrying a concealed weapon. According to official police statements, the cops responded to reports of a kidnapping at 538 Northeast 61st Street, Miami, Florida, following a 911 call from a female stating someone had a firearm to her head. And the incident had at least 4 witnesses, and even though India herself refused to give a statement and press charges against her streamer situationship, the witnesses didn't follow her lead and decided to cooperate with authorities independently. Allegedly, one of the witnesses was India's friend, who had recently arrived in town with the victim at the time of the incident, who reported that they were both staying at an Airbnb located at that address where the incident took place. And I'll be referring to them as Witness 1, as stated in the official document. And they were the only ones inside the apartment when Witness 1 heard a loud banging at the front door, and upon looking through the window, saw Gara trying to break in. Witness 1 then alerted India, and both tried to prevent Gara from entering by physically holding the door shut. Gara then climbed up to the balcony and entered the apartment through a sliding door. Meanwhile, both India and the Witness 1 ran to a bedroom, attempting to lock themselves in. Gara then forced the door open, preventing it from closing, and then entered the room where he grabbed India and allegedly slammed her against the wall. He then took 2 cell phones from the bedroom nightstand and proceeded to throw them off of the balcony. All while India went downstairs.
What did they throw off the balcony? Hold on. Wait. Oh, the bedroom nightstand took... Okay, 2 cell phones.
Phone. Witness 1 tried to follow her, but Gara grabbed them and threw them to the ground. Gara then left the apartment and dragged India by her hair into a gray Mercedes-Benz parked outside. He then drove away from the scene with a woman inside, and at the traffic signs located at Biscayne Boulevard and Northeast 61st Street, India managed to jump out of the car for a moment before Gara pulled her back into the car and fled southbound on Biscayne Boulevard on Northeast 61st Street. Approximately 1 hour and 40 minutes after the incident, a 911 call was received regarding a suspicious vehicle located in the alleyway on Northeast 16th Street. The vehicle description matched Gara's Mercedes, and that was how the police located the streamer. So after the news of Gara's arrest broke, India posted on her Instagram story addressing what had happened. She said, "I'm back. Thank you everyone who checked up on me while I went through something very traumatic, which almost caused me to lose my life. Story time tomorrow on stream."
Bro, okay, so she got out. Who knows what would have happened if she didn't get out? Oh my god, that is that's shocking. That is far out.
Which almost
I think it's safe to say the guy deserves it.
On stream. I love y'all. However, at the time of the video, she has not shared her whole side of the story publicly yet. So now, a lot has happened since I recorded the first part of this video. And honestly, this entire story has just taken some pretty wild turns that I honestly did not even expect. So first off, India finally came back to streaming after being away for nearly 2 months. I was curious to see if she would finally give us her full side of the story, especially after everything went down. But in her comeback stream, she didn't even really deep dive into what happened at all. She almost brings up the topic. You can tell she's thinking about it, but she doesn't elaborate much beyond the surface level. All she talks about is this hiatus of hers that lasted about 2 months because of her being depressed, going to therapy, and having nightmares. I wonder why, but who knows, I guess. She says she's now feeling better.
It was fake. No, I just went through some stuff and...
Just went through some stuff, really?
Basically, I started, therapy, and so I've been in therapy. I've been trying to get myself together. I've been trying to get my head together. I've been trying to, I've just been depressed, so... Yeah, I literally just cut it. My hair grew.
I mean, maybe she can't elaborate on it. Maybe there's, an actual legal case going on, which I wouldn't be shocked about. So, it kind of makes sense that she wouldn't elaborate, but, yeah.
But yeah, it was just a lot. I was just going through depression. I was going through so much stuff.
I'm not shocked.
Literally, every day I would go to sleep and I would wake up to a nightmare. All of my nightmares have been I just been having nightmares every day.
She wants to elaborate, but I feel like she can't.
I'm gonna get shot. I don't know if y'all know, but I almost lost my life. I don't really want to talk about it, but I've just been having a lot of nightmares, and so I started therapy. My mom put me to therapy, and I just needed some time to myself.
Maybe she just doesn't want to make it public anyway, which honestly kind of doesn't make sense, because why would you stream your whole dating life in the first place? I'm not trying to victim blame or anything. Obviously the dude's completely in the wrong. I feel horrible for her. That's shocking. But unless it's for a legal case, why would you not share what's going on?
The stream just proceeded into her usual Grand Theft Auto content. The fact their relationship was this weird cycle of breaking up and getting back together, and then it suddenly escalated to this, is pretty insane. It's not something you hear every day, to put it lightly. And what makes this all so much dumber is the fact that so much of this was live streamed for the entire internet.
That's the craziest bit.
And still, it escalated to this. Now for Gara, he was released, and he made his first public Twitter statement about the situation on Twitter on June 12th, 2025. In it, he mentions that he was charged with very serious offenses and having to sit in jail for weeks. But after numerous conversations between him and his lawyer, it was decided that there was no reasonable likelihood of conviction. And therefore, the state made a decision to not file criminal charges. He claims all the charges were dropped, and all the claims and statements made to the public by other parties were 100% false as an attempt to ruin his
here we
public
go.
image and
Yeah, 100% false. I mean, look, I literally have no idea about any of it. I don't know who said what, who did what, but like, damn. So they're literally just saying it's 100% false. Okay, that's how they're going with it.
He's also apparently suing Miami police, especially for forcing max charges when told not to do so by the detectives themselves.
So then what actually happened
That
then?
it was a life-changing experience, not knowing whether he would come home to see his family, damaging thoughts of his career being over, and then, you know, a lot of other hardships during this time. He was also looking forward to getting back to work and streaming, providing great content to his followers, putting an end to all the lies and rumors being spread about his name. And that's what he did, because on his comeback stream on June 24th, 2025, when someone in his chat asked about when Gara thought he would be able to tell what happened, he gave us more details about his POV after the incident.
Here we go.
Damn, it's just so much playing in my mind right now. Yo, it's so much I want to say, and it's just coming out at one time. When do you think you will be able to tell what happened? I ain't gonna lie, chat. So look, right now, as of June 24th, all of my charges are dropped. But I'm getting threatened, chat. If I get locked up and they try to stick, you feel me? They try to, you know what I'm saying? Gang, this is what I'm dealing with. If I get locked up, we ride. You understand? We fight, yo.
That's a crazy message.
Let these demons,
I love you, but I would rather ruin your life than be miserable because I love you but can't be with you. Like,
you know what I'm saying? Do this to us, bro.
This is just weird
what I was
now.
dealing with. You understand? I'm just in a bad situation, bro. Like I can't do nothing. And I learned my lesson, bro. Like, you feel what I'm saying? I learned my lesson, but I also refuse to be silenced. But I will also not say anything to my case. You understand that? Like, what I'm showing y'all,
I'm guessing there's a
case
case behind the
just
scenes.
The type of person, this, that, and the third, like this crazy person. You know what I'm saying? How you got a case if the charges drop? Because you can still reopen. She can still reopen the case, bro. She been threatening me. Nah, I already talked to my lawyer, bro. Like, regardless, if something does happen, this, that, and the third, I have all the proof. I have everything. Like, I have videos of her trying to, you feel what I'm saying? Pop me. Like, she was trying to turn me into bro from New York, gang. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, yo, like, look, I have the video of that, bro. Bro, every time something happened, I have a video, gang. Like, I have a video of everything, bro, so.
Okay, so that's pretty different. Gara, I guess now, is claiming that he was being threatened and showed a screenshot on the screen. The name of the person wasn't showing, so I would rather not jump into any conclusion yet. This whole situation is now turning into a he said, she said situation.
Yeah.
So hard to weigh in here. And he claims to have proof of everything that he said on stream. So this now is starting to seem like
I think we just gotta wait for more updates. I feel like it's obviously an unfinished thing. Like, the guy literally came back, just a week ago at this point, 7 days ago, he came back to streaming. I think there's so much more to come out about this. I feel like there's gonna be a part 2, everything like that. Yeah, but that's the situation so far. Right. Yep, those are the 2 videos. Again, those will be uploaded to the channel soon. So, yeah, thanks for sticking around.